What's up, guys? So today I want to talk about the glorious scene between Maeve and Felix. At face value, this is one of my favorite scenes, coming in second after the Ford Teresa scene in episode 4. We see the transition of an artificial intelligence becoming self-aware. It's honestly beautiful, and at the same time, one of the scariest things you could possibly imagine. The scene opens up with Felix talking to Maeve about everything she does being the result of programming, that the people upstairs have designed you, your thoughts, your actions, and everything that falls under your being predetermined by a greater power.
Everything you do, it's because the engineers upstairs programmed you to do it. You don't have a choice.
Nobody makes me do something I don't want to, sweetheart.
Yeah, but it's part of your character. You're hard to get. Even when you say no to the guests, it's because you were made to.
Now, this holds incredible value. We as humans have to decide if a higher body governs us, such as God. So when Felix tells her, it's met with disbelief. How can someone govern her thoughts and actions? As far as she knows, she's thought independently her whole life. As they continue, Felix establishes that he is a human, like the guests.
I'm human, like the guests.
Defining what he believes is a clear line between himself and Maeve. But then imagine a universe where the robotic paradox has been surpassed. This paradox talks about the way that humans identify robots. In Westworld, the only way guests know everyone is a robot is because they're told so.
Like the guests.
How do you know?
Because I know.
So this creates a problem. How exactly can you be sure you aren't a robot? When Maeve asks, "How do you know?" she was just told all her memories, past events, and growing up were all manufactured for a purpose. So what's stopping the same power from doing that to Felix? Does he remember his own birth? Does he remember growing up and every trial throughout his life that got him to where he is now? Or is it simply programming designed to make him think that he remembers these things?
We feel the same.
We are the same these days. For the most part. One big difference, though.
Felix does easily the stupidest thing you could possibly do in this equation. He tells the robot this.
The processing power in here is way beyond what we have.
He just told the artificial intelligence that they have a far greater ability than humans. He just told a possibly self-aware robot that her existence is for the amusement of others. And the icing on the cake is that now they're the more advanced party, but they're still slaves to humans. What a bad idea, honestly. I don't think it gets worse than that. I'm almost positive from this we can deduce that Maeve's story arc will be the robotic revolution, but only time will tell.
It's got one drawback, though.
What's that?
You're under our control.
It's good that he adds this disclaimer. She now has to overcome that obstacle, but this could also be interpreted as a challenge.
They can change you however they like. I guess not you.
Oh, you fucked up, Felix. Look at that slight grin. That subtle hint you probably didn't even notice. Oh, you're done. Rest in peace, humanity. This is the end. Goodbye. Alright, so back to analysis mode. He explains everything in her mind is put there. Naturally, like a human would, her response is
Bullshit. No one knows what I'm thinking.
So he continues down this self-destructive path, showing her exactly how they know what she's thinking. Again explaining it's designed by the people upstairs, and this is met with disbelief and anger even.
You can improvise a little, but most of what you say was designed upstairs. Same as the rest of you.
This is just a cheap trick. There's one thing I know, it's when I'm being fucked with.
What an insane moment to see your thoughts be populated on this screen right before you say them. When this happens, I think it's the first step into her realization that she might not be human.
This can't possibly. You can't. I can't.
What happens here is something called a logic loop, also known as an infinite loop. In programming, it's something that loops endlessly until it crashes, because it doesn't have a terminating condition. In this instance, the terminating condition would be her figuring out what to say. Because she can't do this, she crashes. So then Maeve convinces Felix to take her upstairs, to see the creators or the creation process. I can only imagine what an emotional event this must be. She sees her own kind being created. like they were just projects for humans to fiddle with and bend for a purpose. I mean, this has to be the most gut-wrenching thing you could go through. But she remains calm and understands each scene for what it is, forcing herself to bear witness to everything that she can, with purpose, I might add. She wants to believe in this one way or another, and I think at the end of the sequence is finally what convinces her that she's just a robot. She then sees her memories and private dreams being broadcasted to everyone. I'm pretty sure this was the moment of realization where she put all the pieces together and finally knew. In the final scenes of this encounter, we see Sylvester threaten the progress that she's made. She acts to defend herself and Felix. In this instance, she tells him,
I know all about you. I don't need one of those things to know what you're thinking, because I was built.
and there it is. Confirmation that she fully understands her being. She continues holding Sylvester against his will and delivers this haunting message.
Because despite what's in here, we're not so different. Are we?
This is how you get a robotic revolution. This is the singularity. This is a legitimate concern in modern artificial intelligence design. Felix has clearly never watched any movie about robots ever. So what does Maeve do in her last scene? She takes the time to understand the attributes assigned to her character and increases bulk apperception. In short, this is the trait that allows her to be self-aware. With this to the max setting, she is now fully conscious.
Dear boys, we're going to have some fun, aren't we?
And that was the importance of the Maeve and Felix scene. I hope you enjoyed it. As always, much love, everybody. I'll see you next time.